Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft back. Game 2. Team Liquidret and WhiteRa. Man, I love this opening. It looks so slick. And the zoom in. Oh, Neoplanet S. One of my favorites. We have up here WhiteRa, the winner of the first game versus Liquidret. Talk a little bit about the first game. I know spoilers and everything else like that, but that's what you talk about at the beginning of games. Very disappointed in the thing from Ret. I know that Ret, once again, is one of those players that loves his economy. I think he left that game a little bit early. He was still up like 16 or 14 drones, something like that. Left the game because a couple more zealots warped in. If he had managed to get up that spire, maybe even sack that base, he actually was in a pretty good position, I believe, to be able to come back into that. So, we can see, well, it's not like he's a spoiler. You can see down here he's winning the best of 3 first game to him. It was just a very standard opening as well. Just a 2-gate into a 4-gate. Nexus first, by the way, as well. Into kind of a 4-gate pressure on a map I had never even seen before. So let's see who's got some tricks up their sleeves today. We actually have a gateway first on this map. This map's much closer spawn distance, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Very easy to run in with a few Zerglings right away, 6 Zerglings. Deny an expansion and potentially get some drone kills. Drone kills, probe kills. Same shit, different pile. Goes for the really, really risky hatch first. We're starting to see a few more Zerg players do this against protoss, not going for the pool first, and they're getting punished. If somebody cannon rushes you, like if he had gone for a low ground forge expand, there would probably already be a pylon and a cannon on the way over here. In this case though, it appears as though WhiteRa is more interested in a safe opening. Doesn't even have a scout out on the map yet. Ret does not see a wall off. If you're going up against a protoss and you don't see him starting to build a wall off, pretty safe to assume that there's going to be that in-base cyber and gateway build. Fun to see people that build without even worrying about a wall off or a great positioning around their units. Just confident enough in their control that if there was some early pressure, they'd be able to deflect it or just lose. I mean, that's always a choice as well. Pool's going to finish up here right away. Gas. Do we have enough gas yet for anything cool? No, not really. Should be able to pop out a couple of queens pretty fast. Yeah, had enough money just to pop out those queens right away. Very standard build, obviously timed to perfection, as somebody from Liquid should do. There's little logo setups here as well. Really like what they're doing at the higher levels, just to add those little touches. No sponsors though anywhere. Not that that would bother me. I just think it'd be kind of funny. Good place for you, an overlord, right over that cliff. Mothership core is out, so if a stalker follows it pretty soon, he would be able to go pick off some overlords. This overlord's already escaped out the back. Probably come back through here in the next little bit just to see what's going on. Building even another queen here, a couple lings for scouting. Ooh, 4 lings. Units wise, we see just a tie game between both these players. No third base yet, but it looks like it's just on its way. Wall off goes down with a couple more gateways on this side. Probe's going to go and check for that third base. We're starting to see a lot of Zergs that also like expanding up here as well. Connecting the creep between these two bases is very easy. Whereas down here it takes a lot more. Even though this choke is a little bit narrower, as a Zerg player, that doesn't necessarily help you as much as being able to have this nice open space to surround units that are attacking you. Just got done with some 2v2s with my good friend Ilmatic Dubs. I should be putting those up really soon. A good little chunk of lings there. That should give him map control for quite a while. Speed's about to finish up as well. 11 more drones on the way. The whole point of getting those lings out is to make sure if there's any pylons, any zealots on the map. Ooh. Was he really interested in taking that fast of a third base? Nice juke! Oh, doesn't quite do it. no cannon here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. He's not going to bother fighting the zealots. He's got speed. He's going to go right in to do damage. Runs right in the middle as well. Very interesting thing to do. The speed should let him get a few worker kills. Where did he end up getting there? Alright, I can't actually bring up that whole workers killed thing at this point. We see that he's down to 29 workers versus 39. So not really in a great spot. I don't know what this Overlord's really here to do. He just scouted everything with his lings, so that was kind of a waste. He's up to 4 gases now. Roach Warren just about ready to pop. Lairs just started as well. Creep spread leaves a little bit to be desired. It's a kind of a funky little chunk of army moving out. There are roaches on the way now. So unlike last game, Rhett should be able to do something about this. WhiteRa took a bit of a beating to his workers because of that run by. Pretty unfortunate for him, just bad timing on his. That's kind of sweet. Look at those little roaches about to pop. Isn't that cute? There's the mothership core. He should be able to recall out if he needed to. Looks like the army got a little out of position there. We'll see if there's going to be another big round of. Did he get supply blocked? Not quite. I was going to wait to see if there's going to be another big round of units or if there's going to be another big round of attacking units. And it appears like he's going to go for more attacking units here. Stopped making drones at about 46. Starting to get some upgrades. Looks like he wants to get up to a really big army to push in. This really isn't that many roaches though. I'm a little surprised he'd push in some force fields and he'd lose these very easy. Immortal is out, so he can't really do much with that. Yeah, these roaches are pretty much dead. Not the best decision making there out of Rat. I know that he managed to find that pylon and get some map control. He does have an overall supply lead, but he essentially threw those roaches away and didn't get any damage in for it. Cost some force fields, sure, but having those immortals out now there's 2 immortals, I don't think he's going to be able to break this setup at all. Yeah, he's just going to have to go home for now. He'd probably been better off moving into some sort of Hydra tech at this point. Maybe getting out some more units. He's at 59 workers, so he did make another batch, but really hasn't gotten too much more other than that. For the most part, I'd feel pretty safe if I was Ret, but this is a pretty big sentry count. With the immortals in there, that could do some pretty good damage. I don't think. A couple of cannons. Cannon and let's see if he's going to go for kind of a base tradey. I think the Protoss player would have to come home. I don't think he can base trade against the Protoss player at this point. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of this from Ret. If he gets caught by these force fields and immortals, he's going to be in actually a lot of trouble. I think he's going to get caught. Once again, just throwing away a bunch more supply. He's got a pretty huge supply lead though because of his production capacity and his economics here. Maybe he's just trying to keep the Protoss on 2 bases. That might be his really big ultimate strategy here. +1 roaches, +1 on all of the Protoss units as well. Might get a pretty sick flank here against this Protoss army if he understands what's happening. I think the Protoss player maybe wants to go put on some 2 base pressure, but he really doesn't have the supply that I would feel confident moving out with this. That's massed up a pretty good sized army just off of these 3 bases at this stage of the game. It's only at about the 12-minute mark. He almost maxed himself out. Just roaches and Zerglings. I actually wasn't really happy with Red's play for this game, but it looks like he's just stomping through this with sheer brute force. Nothing pretty about it. Just managed to play off his little bit of an advantage there from earlier on. But WhiteRa's going to leave the game. Well, that ties up the series here, 1-1. We should be back with Game 3 here in no time.